Good morning, everyone. Today we're doing something, I guess, a little different, but at the same time not really, because we started live streaming, you know, a courtroom simulator basically like a couple of months ago, so it only makes sense that we'd eventually go to the original courtroom simulator, that being Phoenix Wright. I intend to do the whole trilogy of the original 3 games at some point, but I thought at least for now we can do Ace Attorney, the original release, and kind of just go from there. I've mentioned it in the live chat and the pinned message, but I'll say it for the audience that don't check that. I will be following a guide for all of this because some of the cases in this trilogy are extremely long. And so for the sake of, you know, doing it within a reasonable time span, I will have a guide on standby for the entire thing. That does mean, however, that the priority of these streams will be more to enjoy the story than actually solving each piece of each case. And so just sit back and enjoy the story as it's told. We're going to start right at the very beginning with episode 1, the first Turnabout. Since there's no voice acting, I'll be voicing every character, so this will be interesting. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August the 3rd at 9:47 AM, District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 2. It's the opening case, so of course I'm going to tell you exactly who the killer is. It's a matter of trying to figure it out. Boy, am I nervous. This is R1 is your courtroom record, which is like, if you're playing Danganronpa, it's your truth bullets, and you press R1 again to bring up profiles of everyone you know. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Oh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. This says a lot about you, and your clients as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. A favour? You mean you knew the defendants before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, ugh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. But who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was, you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August the 3rd, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope that you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Gulp, hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
You can answer me and you get a trophy for it, but no. The defendant is Larry.
The defendant?
Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Cindy Stone. Phew. I know this one. Well, I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait, uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up for this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R1 button, check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please, I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case?
Cindy Block. Yeah, Cindy Stone. It's right there. She was 22 years old. A model who lived in an apartment by herself. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
She died because she was... blood loss due to blunt trauma. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Hang on, let me just scroll down the guide. So I didn't need it for that, obviously, but it was just to have it ready for when I do need it. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was his statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court record frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark F and Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is genuinely what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Oh, damn. She'd moved on, Larry. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on
the 30th of July, the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think he wants him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of ruining his mouth with all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens? No. Stop him from answering. My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Ugh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Go?
Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Stop him from answering. I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawitz to the stand. Mr. Sawitz, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sarit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Your Honor, the defendant is maidenless. Hey, John.
Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Alright. Now we get to do this again. Alright, witness account. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawitz used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Yeah, use your truth bullet. I mean court record. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R1 button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Right. We need to present Cindy's autopsy report to the statement of I remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. So... yeah, because look, it's 4 PM to 5 PM. So we need to go to when he talks about the time. Side, put this immediately, I have the phone in the pardon, I went to the phone, or exactly... Hold it! 1 PM? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 PM? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. But the time exactly, it was 1 PM. Are you ready? Objection! You found the body at 1 PM? You sure? Yes, it was 1 PM for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 PM. There was nobody no body to find at 1 PM. How would you explain this 3-hour gap? Yeah, go on. Oh, Jesus. That is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time!
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sorit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more not lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. But wait, I remember now!
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time... It was probably coming from the television, but there was a blackout during that time. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right? You know what to do. I've got this one. Time of discovery. You see, where I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time coming from the television. Electricity was out of the building from noon to 6. How'd you explain this one? Objection! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense is a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sorit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sorit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming the credibility. And you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sorit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Was it there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. That doesn't make any real sense.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it.
Defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yeah, Phoenix is confident now. He's like, oh god, this idiot. Statue to the statement that, yeah, the murder weapon, the killer used it to hit the victim. Shit, sorry, I saw it. There was a tablecloth in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence, just what do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may? Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. Well, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yeah, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Ha! Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I had, no, I mean, I saw, Phoenix is like, fucking, shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock.
Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which clearly, if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have that clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. Certainly it's a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw It heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw It, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. So close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Even though this person clearly flips a lid and is like pulling a full Celeste now, and so is clearly super guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination. Mr. Frank saw it.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. Criminal! You lawyers all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Mia? I mean, Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slowed the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste your time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it! You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Wright. Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course! There was a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The passport. She had the clock with her. Take that! The victim had just returned from home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? And we win. So the first case is a tutorial case, so it's extremely short. It's case 2 is where they're going to start, like, immediately skyrocketing in length. So it will probably be, like, we'll do case 2, and then it'll probably be a case a stream if I can help it. Case 5, like I said, that I know that case is close to 9 hours long, so who knows if that will be in one stream, but we'll see.
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly.
Don't get used to it, Judge.
And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty. And they throw confetti in the courtroom for some reason.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Turns out that Frank Soritz was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see where people were out of the house. That day, when Larry met in her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Soritz let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Soritz grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And murdered the defenseless woman. August 3rd, 2:32 PM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. I don't know why this is the voice I've decided to give Larry, but I'm sticking to it. Larry, she was at... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one that got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't that the evidence that... That wasn't even a fifth of the time it took to get through TGAA's first trial. Yeah, like I said, don't get... This, because it's a tutorial and it's the very first game, I guess to make sure people actually stuck with it, they made the first trial like less than 40 minutes long. It's just, once you step into trial 2, they very quickly start creeping up in length. And it continues in the second and third game as well. Like, they just start longer. But I suppose as well, you have to keep in mind, the first 3 games were Game Boy Advance games. So, I guess, yeah, you can save anyway, so you can literally just do that and save. They had to kind of be like, yeah, there's only so much Game Boy Advance battery life. If we make all the trials 9 hours long, no one will fucking get through this. Only making the last one that stupid long. The rest could be like 4 or 5 hours, and the first one could be like 40 minutes. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick? Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Will that make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, Skate. No, I'm not sympathizing. I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? She kept the thinker. Take that! Just shove it in his face after the trial. Just like fucking whack him. Oh shit, I killed him. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive that you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, and at least. You'd have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. This is also something, it's a tiny thing, but it's a part of the reason why I kind of want, at some point, for them to do a different age group in Danganronpa. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. Instead of it always being high schoolers, make it like college kids that are around 21. Because I'd like to have them, like, not this, I'd like to have them get drunk, but, you know, be able to have moments where maybe they just, like, something bad happens and they're like, and you have to console someone who's trying to drink away their pain. Or something like that. Like, have little things that you can mess with because they're adults. Because, you know, they're not going to make it based in the UK in any of these Danganronpas, because if they did, then we'd be clear. Because in the UK, the drinking age is 18, not 21. But for the sake of, you know, the rest of the world, I think, like, it would be nice if they did that just once, just so they could have those kind of threads. to be able to include those elements. Maybe there's a chain smoker in there, and they try and help them get past it as well while they're at it. Or there's an alcoholic, and you had like something that their alcoholism affects trials. Anyway, and so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Alright, let me just go next page. Because that's the end of Trial 1. And Trial 2 is a lot longer. Yes, I will save my progress. I'll just save over that because we'll get round to it. Beep. Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya. Ow, that was loud in my ear. Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho, you are not coniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho. My dear Miss Faye, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. God, look at that shit-eating grin. Red, white, blue. Yeah, I hope you like Mia Faye in the first case. She got fucking murdered. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. I guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia? Maybe she's in her office. And as you can do this. Move into the office. That smell. Blood. It took me a second to... I have to kind of reconfigure how the control scheme works in these games. Smell of blood. Sis? Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief, where she laid under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief. Now time to do our examination. Okay, L1 is slide to the other side of the room, got it. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The thinker added to the court record. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Added to the record. Nothing else seems to be a clue here. Piece of paper must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Well, you mean that piece of paper? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a recipe. A receipts from a department store, because my dyslexic brain had to kick in for a second there. Dated yesterday. Receipt added to the record. I think there's enough snooping around. I better call the police. And find out what that girl was doing here. Aha, there's the phone. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of those screws in the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. Uh-oh. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Back to the offices. Huh? That girl just now. Where'd she go? Put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. Maybe she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. We'll talk to her first, and we'll ask about what happened to Chief and present whatnot. What happened? She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis, she was already dead. So she was already dead. So, you're the Chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting? This late at night? Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yeah. It was that clock. It was the thinker. Okay, and we need to present the receipt to her. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Wee woo wee woo wee. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Oh, I love this dumbass. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me? Eh. The word Maya here means anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this note in her own blood, see?
With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed! You're going down to the precinct, ma'am.
What? God, imagine your sister getting murdered and then you get fucking set up for it. His younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. Was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9 AM. Detention center, visiting room. Wow, they have poor Maya. I'm going to say Maya. Maya looked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Let me scroll down. Hang on. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No. No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at it like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So, he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is, well, experience. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But, at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. Alright, let's just talk to her. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what, all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. Spirit medium? Pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Oh, whoops. That was a flick of the stick. If you flick the stick too hard, it comes back up. Got it. Day of the crime. We'll just work our way down the list. Can you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shapes like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. Alright, then your cell phone, please. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh. I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh. Right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo. And this updates after, so we can click on this again. Can you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training? That's right. The Faye family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Faye family? So Mia was into that stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium, with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? You can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. And also, just throwing it out there, let's ask the spirit. How's that going to be believed in a courtroom trial? So we asked her spirit, and she says some other dude did it. They're going to be like, what? Huh? You're going to say, get the Phoenix. Shut up, get out of here. I thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? I suppose we can accept. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to now. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me. Yeah, I was gonna say, not a good topic. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Alright, time to move. Let's go to... I wanted to go to the Faye offices first, not the Kreuzberg. Alright, let's go to Faye's first then. Alright, the law offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. Anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you, the Detective Sudashoes. Detective Gumtree. No, Gumshoe, will be nice. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Oh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Oh, a bit more of a beat. Let's talk to Gumshoe. Mia's report. About Miss Faye, do you have an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Time of death, 5th of the 9th, at 9 PM, single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous. About Maya. Yeah? I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you ain't gonna win. Why'd you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Dun dun dun! Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do, of course I don't. Of course I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Yeah, you know when we were going through Danganronpa 1 and I said Byakuya reminds me a lot of Edgeworth? You're gonna see why. Because this dude will... He's not as underhanded as Byakuya, but he will pull some underhanded shit to make sure he wins a trial. And it's what made him so kind of infamous in this first game, is that some of the shit he pulls on you, you sit there and you go, what the fuck? Because he will genuinely pull shit from under you just to catch you off guard. And you're like, what? How? Don't talk about him like that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Damn, that is a very young age for being a prosecutor. Of course, there are rumours of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined it'd be facing him such a... Can I speed up this text speed? No. Alright. Present Maya's memo to Gumshoe. I was wondering, did you see Faye's cell phone? On that? No, I haven't. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight, tell him not so straight. Okay, I can't be straight with this guy. But what should I tell him? Something the matter? Oh, no, that carrying strap on the cell phone. This? It says, the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. The Steel Samurai? That action hero on TV? Yeah, you see that strap on the and that strap is a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precincts. That's what she said? Yes? Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go. Seems like you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Nice, we got the phone on our witness. It was that easy. So I love Gumshoe. The most depressing thing is that after the original trilogy, he vanishes as a character. He's not in the 4th, 5th, and 6th game at all. I think actually I say that, he's in a DLC case in 6, I think he's mentioned, but he doesn't actually show up in the 4th, 5th or 6th game. He transitions to the spin-offs after the original trilogy, and I kind of miss him after the first 3, because he's a dumbass, but he's our dumbass. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Yeah, and it's everything that we heard at the start. I guess I've asked all I need the questions I asked here. You're all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyery ways, pal. Come to think of it, I'd completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've already sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyery tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in her hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. It's like, oh god. Yeah, like I said, he's a dumbass, but he's our dumbass. We'll go to the hotel later. Our next destination is the Crossberg Law Office. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Wait, it said go here now. I'll come here now. Fine. I'm not missing anything on the guide, am I? Oh no, go to the hotel. And then we'll come back. I missed the page. I scrolled past it. But we'll go here, talk to the witness, and then once we're done talking to the witness, then the dude will be back. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Remember to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Oh, Phoenix, just you wait. What's with this in the drawer? There's a screwdriver stuck in the drawer. What's inside? Let's take a look. Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? Thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. God, this bloody music. Let's talk to her. What you witnessed? Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observed incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that occurred, happened the other day? The bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please. Let me see, well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to the court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is not the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Oh, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh, boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, boy. And that's as far as you're going to get with her. Now we leave. Seems he's out now. Well, maybe I should come back and check back to him. That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Oh, sure. You're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge and your collar. Ah, so you're the lawyer, are you now? Yes? Well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want out of it? Well, so actually, it's about Maya Faye. Ah, well, yes, Maya Faye. Go on. What a strange reaction. Hang on. My live stream disconnected on my phone, so it's like I can't keep up with. Yeah, one sec. There we go. Back on ball. Cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know that the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? The music. How can you just refuse like that? Tell me why you please tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Faye's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have the time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look somewhere else. Big not. Huh?
Did you say something? I think not, I said. What? What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt would take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? How did you know Mia Faye?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one.
That's quite a painting.
Ah, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. Let's go back to the detention center and let Maya know the bad news. 3:42 p.m. Hiya. Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her, all by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, it was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved. We fought. You fought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Of course not. We will defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you, whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, I don't know why. No, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there a long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Someone has to look out for these people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Whew, she smiled at least. Smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer, huh? It was when I tried to look in the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. So we need to try and get back in there and squeeze our way in. No, move. I want there to be like a quick access button. Like I'm going to go to press triangle to change the direction, but no. This is the before times. There's technically only, 2 buttons on the Game Boy, and then L and R that had to do everything. So of course they had to like make workarounds. I imagine they smoothed it up. Like when I eventually do the Great Ace Attorney, because I plan on doing that at some point as well. But that'll be interesting as well, because I'll be blind. But I imagine that will clean up a lot of it. They're not moving around, getting to A to B, yada yada. Anyway, to the hotel.
Good afternoon, sir.
Excuse me, you are...
Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir.
Oh, right.
I've just come to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy.
Yeah. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Ah! You came back quick.
Might I ask to inform Miss May that Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned.
Oh, right, sure. Mr. White? Of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name before? White. That was his name, my sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother? Could it be a coincidence? Quickly, while she's gone. There's a screwdriver sticking out of the half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? A wiretap added to the court record. There is definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still there. Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
To be continued.
And that's the end of the first investigation of this case. Like I said, this isn't like Danganronpa where you do one investigation, one trial, and you're done. No. We're going to do the trial for a bit. New information will come about it. It will end for the day. We do more investigating. We then come back to the trial. Which is what makes them take so long. I did just save, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. September 7th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 1.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Faye.
Edgeworth is going to be in a lot of cases, so I want to give him a voice that won't, strain my throat. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts on this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer to the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us in detail the details of the murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use the floor map on the office to explain.
God, we get a floor map as well. We don't need someone to draw it for us. The body was found here found in this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence and she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. The arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Why? We had a witness in the account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Faye at the very moment of the murder. That very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. And can we just talk about for a sec, in a courtroom, a paper ball just got thrown at Phoenix and no one questioned it? Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. So, when you don't have evidence, you press instead. And this is another thing I wish they would kind of add to Dangan. I say that they kind of do that in the first 2 games, when you absorb a statement and use it as something else. But just to be able to pressure someone on something instead of always having to have evidence. Like, if someone says something a bit weird, just go, are you sure about that? And then when they clarify, you go, hang on a minute, something's wrong there. We are looking for why we had a witness describing the account. Hold on just one second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence that she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's fingers. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. We've got a real Leon situation going on here, an 11037 situation is what they're implying. Oh, you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright, this one is kind of more obvious. They died instantaneously, right? How did they write the victim's name then? So I am looking for, before she died, she wrote the killer's name and presented the autopsy. Yeah, death was instantaneous. Are you ready for the first instance of Edgeworth's bullshit? Because it's coming up. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Faye, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Faye. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is the report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order. The defense is a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. And here he begins. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being, here it is. It's absolutely, that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. He went and had it fucking revised after we got it, just so our evidence would be incorrect and we would have less influence over the trial to come across less reliable. He immediately is on one. He immediately waited till we got our report and then got it fucking changed. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. This was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. And then he fucking bows us like a smug prick he is. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? Oh god, it's just... The detective's a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you, handling him the wrong report like that. Yeah, he fucking keeps saying that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. Also, yeah, Edgeworth's kind of Gumshoe's boss to an extent. What? But, Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts this as evidence. I may have lived a few minutes after being here. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Damn. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Oh, here we fucking go. Let's take Miss April May to the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September the 5th, where the murder occurred? Oh, gee, I was like, in my hotel room. Why is the judge not mad at Edgeworth being League of Legends like cocky? It's because Edgeworth has been a prosecutor for years, so I imagine he's just used to it. They said earlier that Edgeworth's been a prosecutor since he was 20 years of age. And I think Phoenix is like 23 or 24, so Edgeworth's probably around the same age. Because as the later games will establish, Edgeworth and Phoenix actually grew up in the same classes together. So yeah, he's been this cocky, arrogant prick for like 3 or 4 years. So of course their courtroom's used to it. I was like in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Faye & Co. law offices. I think what's the bigger question is, Edgeworth is littered with underhanded tactics to make sure he wins the case. Why aren't they ever brought into question? Why does it always just seem to get away with it? Like, you know, updating the autopsy report after we got ours, and then, you know, pinning it on the detective so he could get away scot-free with him, you know, altering the fucking evidence after a trial has begun.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
The witness's account.
It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And that woman, like, had dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up with her and she hit her.
Just caught... jury caught simping in 4K. Yep.
And the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm, didn't you?
Judge, come on, dude. Judge, are you simping too? Mr. Wright, I understand you are Miss Mia Faye's understudy, are you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly ways of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Oh, this fucker. Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yeah, I'm doing it. No thanks. Hang on. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
We need to press her on the statement, but that girl, she caught up with her and she hit her. Hold it! How did you know it was my client?
Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
Here's a point. I question your testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Faye, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks nothing from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed like that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What did you say to that, Miss May?
Rah, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all that trifling detail was necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. I saw the pooty cat.
Sorry.
The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and dodged off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, that kind of statuary clock, the thinker, I think.
God, I regret giving her like a Valley Girl voice. I'm regretting it already. She needs to stop talking. Well, that's it, I'm leaving. Griffith, no, don't go! Oh, does the accuracy of my report just startle you, Tee?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
I did see everything. I did. Wait, what am I challenging? Present the thinker to the statement that that clock, that looks statuey clock. Oh, right. She doesn't know it's a statue. She called it a clock. The victim, the woman dodged the first time off. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her in the weapon the swords did. That clock. How do you know it's a clock? Objection! Miss May? What you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order. Order.
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That was all that's important.
That's the wrong voice. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. Bunk. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
Objection! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before.
Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get rid of her soon, I hope. Well, only once.
Punk. Objection sustained. You may continue your question with the witness.
Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would have been over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That... Because I heard it?
From across the street?
Yeah, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Faye & Co?
No? Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room, Tee.
The law offices of Faye & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could quite easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
Oh, could it possibly...
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty.
And we have the phone call to prove that it's been like that since before the murder.
Mr. Wright? Would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss Faye? May? Tusk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true, that is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
No, because we have a fucking phone call to prove it. Anyway, and that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove that the clockwork was removed?
Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. And the evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is... the phone! Because it's literally on that last page. I'll talk about, sorry, but you put papers inside. The papers, that evidence then? I'll leave that one to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. So it was before 9, before she was murdered. Take that! Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of the conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. I feel like Edgeworth is not trying to prove the defendant is guilty anymore. He's just simping for April. No. I guess you see it that way, but it's more that Edgeworth is a prosecutor. It's not about trying to prove April innocent. He's trying to prove Maya guilty beyond reasonable doubt, and her testimony is a key to that. So that's why he's defending April May so desperately, because if May becomes unreliable in court, a lot of his case falls apart, and it'll be easier for us to prove that Maya Faye is innocent. I'll actually defend Edgeworth on this, although that might be a part of it, but who knows? No, it's because his job's on the line. He has to defend her, otherwise his case goes out the window. If she's proven incorrect, then the testimony that Maya was guilty goes out the window with it. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention? Oh, well, like how the updated autopsy report wasn't brought to mine? Yeah, two can play at that game. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I'm gonna say, starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, in the Phoenix Wright games, we're the defense. We're an ace attorney. We're defending our clients, whilst the prosecutor, Edgeworth, is attacking our clients. He's trying to prove that Maya is guilty with unreasonable doubt. We're trying to prove she's innocent without beyond reasonable doubt. And so any witness that comes in that supports Edgeworth's case, he's going to defend to the nth degree, because he needs to justify his point. Even if it's incorrect, which is where the underhanded tactics come into it. Even if it's wrong, he will still defend it to make sure he wins. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 AM. Ow. Your Honor? I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Oh, hang on, I lost connection to my live stream again. Every time when I glance at my walkthrough, every now and then I lose connection to the stream. But I am, like I said, following a guide for this because these trials take forever. I know what the roles of the court was. I just wasn't sure why the prosecution was so hell-bent on defending her, but I get it now. Yeah, no worries, dude. I wanted to kind of clarify a little bit. So, which is well before the witness even arrived at the hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? Oh, I got so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before? No, but it was hand-built by Larry, so that's bullshit as well. That makes sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence. It was handmade by Larry. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Damn! Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is it with you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
This silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, T. Wink.
Scary. 2 roasts in a row, damn Phoenix, right? You're on fucking fire! Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, that's the sight of a demon. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Alright, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... Sorry, need to sneeze, 1 second. Because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is another way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence. It is the wiretap, I believe. Yes. Have a look at this. Ah! Oh, that's it. I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Ugh! Ugh!
Your Honor,
This is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled.
It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. That is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that were the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon on the clock was... present the cell phone again. Take that! I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? I.
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer!
It's not fair. Are you ganging up on me like that? So I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Miss May? What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me like that in that tone of voice, will you? You killed her, didn't you? Well, we know that's not true, but we gotta go along with it.
Order, there'll be order.
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping. Oops. So you admit you tapped her phone? But wait! I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl. Really? Can you prove it? No way she can prove it. You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer, but I can prove it, and I will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not at the scene at the time of the murder. And Edgeworth's like, thank fuck I dodged a bullet. So where does that leave us? Well, the bellboy wasn't known to be in the case beforehand, so we can't just call him up and say, hey, get it now. So the trial will have to be suspended and we have to go out and investigate again. It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Faye, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Ah, but Phoenix, you're thinking about it wrong. Instead, you're not trying to defend Maya anymore. You're trying to attack someone else. You're becoming a prosecutor of your own way. Oh, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Oh, the music is like, make sure you pick the right choice here. Call the bellboy as a witness. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you're sucking quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent, and thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Faye. That is my condition. Oh fuck, he's gonna corner us and say, if you can't get something out of the after we get the bellboy, you have to accept it's guilty. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I accept. Alright, I've got nothing to lose. Except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Yeah, you're not Kaiba, give it up. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Oh, they did manage to get a hold of him instantly. Never mind, I take that back what I said. I thought that was when we leave for the investigation. We still got a little bit more to do yet. I was hoping we'd get new evidence before to get on the bellboy. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That CSAT looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murders now, Maya will be finished. Yep, we don't care about that. Yep. We're looking for... I brought it to her precisely. And then we need to press him on it. Precisely 9 then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 PM. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And then we need to press the very next statement, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Are you sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought to the room service, sir, the guest, favoured me with an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? Oh, embrasser. Okay. It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prime demeanour, sir. Let me get the camera, fucking caught in 4K, I'll send that to you later. It's a moment I shall never forget, sir. I need to get a bloody face cam. Seriously, like, I was animating it in my hand, I was like, you guys can't see that, I need to get a face cam at some point. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something, and wanted the bellboy to remember her. So good. Something there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Smack your hands. Wait! Please wait.
Yeah? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask you one last question. Your Honour, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That's all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance.
What do I have to ask him about?
The check-in. Tell me about the check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, am I not without charm, sir? But even I have a little chance with her lover there. That's what we need. What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Edgeworth, shut up.
Objection overruled.
The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Aha! Edgeworth fucking manipulating the scene again to make sure he won. To make sure he won at any cost with his underhanded tactics, changed the autopsy report, made sure the bellboy stayed silent on certain details. He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! And if it's in any real courtroom situation, Edgeworth would have been arrested then and there, and the case would have been thrown out then and there. But because it's a video game, no, it continues. But no, he lied. He deliberately interfered with the court of law. In fact, it would have happened again when the autopsy was updated, because it has to be information that everyone knows, and Phoenix didn't know it, so it would have been brought into question. It wouldn't have been. It would have been rejected as evidence because it would have been added after the fact during the trial. It would have affected the investigation in its entirety, so it wouldn't have counted. Miss April May checked in with a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see the man in the room? That's right, sir. So that man is our real killer. Your Honour, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with her. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of another man from the court. Oof! Upstarts, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. And there's the end of trial day 1. We need to find this other person and try and link them to the case. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today in the trial of Maya Faye. Court is adjourned. And it's also why some of these cases later on are going to get stupendously long. Back to the lobby. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there! Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, well, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? The face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. Yeah, because she's arrested for wiretapping, and she could potentially do time for being an accomplice in a crime. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack that ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. That's the only bit that still stands from the whole testimony. Damn. I don't know how good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Yes, and I'll actually hard save my progress. September 7th, 3:11 PM. So the same day as that trial. Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Nuts, you stinking liar! I hope you die. If you come to laugh, yeah, laugh at my fool and Miss May. No, not really. There's something I want to ask. Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then, Starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Okay, let me scroll up. At least her theme's half decent. It's not like insufferably high pitched and like goofy, like it's just kind of cozy. So we will talk to her and we talk about that man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. A wiretap. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone? Oh, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh, and I'm supposed to learn that in lawyer school, huh? Creep? This woman's impossible to talk to. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Oh, that does it, bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer. Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers? Or just against me? Well, we're not going to get anything out of her, so let's get out of here. Go to the Groesberg Law Offices. September 7th, Groesberg Law Offices. Huh, looks like Groesberg is out today, again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. What's this? Old photos? There's only 2 here. Oh, it's been written in the pencil on the back. DL6 incident, Exhibit A. DL6 incident, Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. B is the one that's significant to us. Why would Groesbeck have a picture of this man? This might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Just borrowing it. I'll return it later. Specialized on the desk. Maybe I should... Let's have a look at what the other one is. I think I'll swap them. Okay, no, that's insignificant. That's just some other woman. Okay. Yeah, that's the photograph we want. And then go to the hotel. September 7th, the hotel room. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, and thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, no, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewaters rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir. Wow, whoa, Miss May hadn't been charged for murder. I too will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderers iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honoured guest. Please let me know if there's anything you can bring to you. Bidden. Talk to him about Miss May. About Miss May. Oh, her, sir? Not suppose, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about that man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carried a sense of danger. Sure, dude. There we are in a total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo? Let's talk about everything else, then we'll present the photo. Tell me about this hotel. Absolutely. And on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. So let's present, and the photo of this... Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Yeah, have him write it. We can use that as evidence later. Sure, why not? Yes. Oh, I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I hope so. From henceforth, I'll be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Let's hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit. Affidavits? Anyway. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Now we can go to the detention center and be like, oi, how do you explain this? You again! Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now. You just don't have spiky, you don't have spiky hair, you just have a spiky heart. That does it. In this case it's done, I'm shaving my head.
explain this. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw. Such a man you checked in with. Who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Ease her fears, push her hard. No, she doesn't deserve any kindness, push her hard. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb. If indeed, that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. What? Even though he should have been witness to murder, good old friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Ooh. Fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes. Man, that felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Oh, what? Was he actually sitting good? Yes! Yeah! Oh, wait, sorry. I need to actually hear you out. Now, tell me about the man you were with. That man, he's my boss. Red White, what a fucking name. The president of information gathering conglomerate Blue Corps. Oh my god. Red, White, Blue, eh? Red, White, information gathering? Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency. So this is a man that was with you the night of the murder. I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White at last. Finally a lead to this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Mr. Butt-Chin, smuggest grin of the universe, Red White. Time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. Oh, I guess we don't need it anymore. Alright, let's go to Blue Corps. Oh, whoops. Looks like the forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. Not there's any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. Oh, you can examine the plant, if I recall. His favourite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. Oh, never mind. So he names it later on. I remember that much. That's one way to check it. Let's go over to the Blue Corps. December 7th for Blue Corps Inc. CEO's office. Hey, we saw that painting before. So that's why the other guy didn't want to do and be involved in the case. Because he's probably under the influence and under the fear of Red White. What's with this surreal decor? Welcome. Please furnish me with your the title of your personage. What the? Your name. What's your name? I was just inquiring, asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably. Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my grotesque vocabulary. What's this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corps, you know, corporate expansion official. I know what CEO means. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. You know what this guy strikes me as? Especially when he said that, you know, I hope you liked my exquisite vocabulary and all that shit. The people who boast about their intelligence, or especially their vocabulary the most, tend to be the dumbest. The people who think they're smart aren't. There's a very fine line difference between people who think they're smart and people that know they're smart. People who think they're smart tell you, people that know don't. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordly challenge. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for you to come meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes, this guy's arrogant meter is off to scale. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corps, is she not? Correct. She was my secretary. What a shock it was to hear what she had done. What she had done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed. She was paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still want to talk to you.
If you want me to speak, put it on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'll be capable of doing that.
You raised a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? Because he's corrupt. He's corrupted a lot of the officials, that's why. Should have seen the same thing as April May.
Oh ho ho. The police, the courts. To me, they're all mere toys, playthings for my amusement.
See, he's corrupt as fuck. What kind of company is Blue Core anyway?
Ah, excellent question.
As it is a question he wants to answer.
We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future. You might say we are the future.
Sell information?
In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. In any case, you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not?
There's something that's been bothering me.
Yes, what might that be?
A big painting on your wall over there. I've seen it before. You know, I've actually seen that painting before.
Oh?
Just yesterday, actually.
Your point being?
My point is simple. Rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall?
Mr. Wrong, was it?
Right.
It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you?
Huh? A lawyer?
No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch. Zippo. Nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grudy Burger.
What the? Ow! Oof! He punched me!
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it. For it is you who will be found guilty.
What?
Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding.
So you say.
But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation.
You did say compensation, right? Not comp... Oh, what's wrong button? Is there a way to read back?
Mr. Grossberg, yes? You must ask him, why is it that this painting is on his hangs here? Perhaps he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go on, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss.
Yeah, we'll get you, you piece of shit, punching me. We are going to the office. The law office. God, we've still got so much left of the investigation. I just kind of scrolled down. I was like, oh god, here we go. The painting's gone from the wall. Huh. I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat. Ahem! Jumping Chisovans!
Oh, you.
What's wrong? You look so pensive. Like an old man at the end of his days.
I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Something's really bothering him. How much is clear? Talk to him about everything. So you came to see the trial?
Yes, yes I did. Something was bothering me at all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep.
Really? What was that?
Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl.
I asked before, but why did you refuse a request for defense? I think I have a right to know.
Right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy.
He does seem troubled about something. Starting to have a feeling I know what it is. So, I paid Blue Core a visit.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me.
Oh, what is it?
Well, out of it, my boy. You see, it's just... that painting, right? Yeah. That big painting. Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Core, Red White's office.
So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed your word. It is a large painting.
Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow.
Connected, you say?
Yes, and I know what it is.
He's blackmailing you. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail. I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Very well, this may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corps is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name at the back of the photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White would be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. He gives them an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of my many years. What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than a sourcing code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Faye. Faye! Indeed. She was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, clear her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. Oh, no, that was his voice. Top secret at the time. It makes sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet, if you were to still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Well, we know to go home to our office then. Which we can do right now. It's funny, looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said that there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. But, Mia's desk, perfectly clean, as always. The only thing that's missing is Mia. Oh, that's an interesting case file there. Look, isn't as if she's ever worked on a file here. You're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? We need to find file JS. That one. Let's see. J through S. Nothing much in here. Maybe I'll just skim through some of these. And then, yeah, we will, skim. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit. Hang on, just... Alright, we are near the end of the second investigation, and then we can start the second trial. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest part's here at the end in S. Suicide? Ugh. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White. This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Article about politician suicide. The word White is written in pencil at the top. Alright, off to Blue Core we go. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you.
Mr. Lawyer? I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try to my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent.
Present the new newspaper clipping. This is the only clue that Mia left me. We better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life.
And this concerns me how?
I found this article in Mia's office.
Miss Mia?
She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labelled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You blackmailed him. You were blackmailing him.
Blackmail?
Not just him, either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all these suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I?
What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong, what is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, 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 I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia.
Secretary's office. Hello.
Mr. Wrong will be leaving now.
Yes, sir. I will send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. You're wrong. You're wrong, Mr. White.
Excuse me?
What I should be doing now is going after you.
But what are you insinuating?
Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about the mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work that one out, Mr. White. You did it. Secretary's office. You won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that's you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this?
Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow.
What's this about?
The Mia Faye case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify.
What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to the court.
Quiet, Root. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looked dazed, but he could be violent.
What? What man?
Are you even listening?
The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator,
the killer man.
What? Mr. White, this isn't another one of those.
Chief Prosecutor, I believe that you're in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct?
I'm telling you to send the police now.
Do I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia.
How dare you?
I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case will be as good as settled. No lawyer in any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they will even make you look competent.
I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe, reporting, sir. Ah, Butts. Harry Butts. Wright, actually. Phoenix Wright. My friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was the murderer, right?
Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Faye.
What? Take this despicable human being into custody.
Farewell, Mr. Wrong.
September 8th, 3:37, detention center. Can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. Trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it. Of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Right, Mr. Wright. Oh, Maya. Great. They let you out of detention. Just now, yeah. It's all thanks to you. No, I'm afraid we switched places. What? You mean you? I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you? It's gone too far! Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well... cheer me on in court. Well, you could cheer me on in court. Cheer for you? You mean, like a cheerleader? Yeah, I'd like that. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? I'd better get a uniform and some pom-poms. Wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way! No, really, I was kidding, but thanks. It's good to know that you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay, then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials, which is ridiculous. The reason why they established this, it was a rule the devs kind of put on themselves to make it so the trials couldn't go on too long. It's like, no, they could only do so many days. Watch how long these trials get anyway, even with these rules. Almost all finished in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I'd end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness, this is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. Oh, it's going to be fun to wipe that smug grin off his face. Just save, take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll do the second trial. So I'm going to sit here for now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we will shut down this prick's ego. Back in a minute. Right, I am back. Let's go to the second trial day. September the 9th, 9:52 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Phoenix, look! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth. You've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait. Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. Yeah, because if he had someone defend for him, it would just be someone else under Mr. White's finger. So he needs to defend himself.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this?
Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself.
Understood.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the events are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime.
I see.
The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone is going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Faye? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court.
Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth.
I appreciate your demeanour. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name.
You wish to know the title of my personage?
Your name.
Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse?
Name! These two are great together.
My name is Red White. My friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or use the more common term, the president of Blue Corps.
Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Faye?
That would be a negatory. No, I did not.
You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder.
Correct.
And you witnessed the murder from there?
Why tell you what you already know?
Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. If I can't even. Why do I always feel like I'm at the end of the world and I'm the last man standing?
Oh ho. Hope you've made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
Let him have it, Phoenix.
Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. And then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then that I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over.
Things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Press Y on the statement, the victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Hold it! Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened.
Of course, of comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down.
Are you sure?
As you know, I am always absolutely perfect.
Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail? Present the testimony to the statement, the victim ran off to the left. What, because she said right, didn't she? Yeah. Objection! Wait right there! Mr. White, you've dug your own grave.
What is this?
You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right.
Oh, ho, ho, it is simple. You have misheard her.
I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim was here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. she would have been running to a dead end. Did you find that odd? God, yeah, I'm gonna look forward to seeing that face more often. Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True, maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. White? Or it ran to his left, because he was the one that struck her. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain the contradiction to the court? It's actually that both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain the conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Faye & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. It's time to show the court where Mr. Wright was standing. Take that! This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran to the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order? I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. It's ain't that easy to make influence. Ho ho ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing. The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears that I've been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Okay, good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony. Oh yeah, buddy! That's me. I'm scrolling down as well. Hang on. I am back. We're still on case 2, dude. We're still trying to solve this. We're trying to pin it all on this prick, this smug asshole. But he's a corrupt dude who blackmails like most of the law. So we have to try and circle it around as well, whilst also being wary of the fact that like every police officer, judge, and you name it, is going to be serving under him because he has things on them. And now we're trying to pin, let's say that he's the killer. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That was what I saw. Next, with her last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Oh, and White's trying to pin it on us as the killer. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you cross-examine the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Because... what are we looking for? You see, you hit her twice. We present... Or no, we press him on the statement. We don't present first. No, we do present. I was misreading. It's the autopsy report. Because it was a single hit. Right? Objection! Mr. White. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? That's my chance to hit him when it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying! I empathetically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well.
the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. I'm slipping out of this one, White. Mr. White?
Oh, okay. The two accounts.
Well, see, I looked at the other window and I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss May went to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her with a single blow, thwap.
Thwap indeed.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting.
Deal with it. This is almost over. Press Y on the statement. Well, see, I looked at the other window. Yeah, what other fucking window? You had that thing, fool. Oh, that's the thing we're challenging. What exactly was that thing?
That? The glass light stand.
Right, the one that'd fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about this strike you as odd?
Yes.
Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White?
Huh? What?
Just saying you saw the glass light stand?
Yes.
Then change your testimony to reflect that.
Sorry, my bad.
The witness will revise his testimony.
Okay, of course.
Because then we can present the floor plans and be like, that's impossible.
Objection!
Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand.
What?
Look at this.
Are these the floor plans to the scene of the murder? Yes?
Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you'd be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White. What do you have to say to that?
Ridiculously.
Mr. White, if you were in the Gateswater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards in the glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Faye law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Oh, look at him. The corrupt piece of shit. We got him. We're nearly there. We've nearly pinned him in a corner.
Mr. White?
Well, I said we have pinned him in a corner. It's just there's a little bit more left yet. Mr. White. You did it, didn't you?
Mr. Your Honor. I, Miss Mia.
Looks like we're about to get our verdict. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now?
What?
I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. Oh, he's trying to minimize damage here now. I think Edgeworth knows he can't disprove that he was there, so is instead trying to like damage control it to reduce it. So if he makes it so it's just, oh, he was the one that put the wiretap there, and so that's why he knew, he can then use it to say, well, he couldn't have murdered him. He just happened to know it because he checked the room while he was there before. The wiretap?
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this.
Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corps. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law office of Miss Faye.
What does that have to do?
Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Faye's office. Am I correct?
Correct. You are most correct, Miles.
Give me a break!
Yes.
Order. I gotta go again, sorry. No, don't worry, dude. It's alright. You pop in when you can and don't when you don't. It doesn't matter. You're you. You're not indebted to me to have to watch, you know? I just appreciate that you come to check out to begin with, and I'm always grateful for it. So don't worry about it, Griffith. You do what you gotta do.
In order to place the wiretap, I breached the Faye & Co. law offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand.
No, I'm confused. Please explain to the court what this all means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have been in the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. White would like you to believe that Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer.
I see.
However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been in the office well before the murder took place. When he went to place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is.
Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping.
Ahem, leave it to me. I feel faint.
It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Faye & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand.
So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over by the sound?
Correct.
I was right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. Press Y on every single statement. Do you have proof? Objection! Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. That proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Huh, right. Was it really you that went into the office, or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in Faye & Co.'s law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the court offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. Funk. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corps is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That was when I saw that light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it! Something I just need to press him on. Oh well. Maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Then go through everything. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia? Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Hey, Phoenix. That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're... Maya? Didn't you know that Fae women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that it was enough to shock and awaken Maya's true powers. So Mia can talk through Maya, and for some reason it affects her chest size when she does it. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up on you. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won, huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh, yeah, the one that wrote Maya on. Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from the famous department store. $1,000? Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September the 4th. September the 4th? That's right. That's right, Phoenix. I brought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Alright, let's go fuck his day out. Let's go ruin him. 9th, 1:16 p.m. Courtroom number 1. Oh my god, even in that sprite. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is a defendant? Rather, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then, let's start where we left off. Your Honor? There is something to get back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But, as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on the matter? I say, let us give Phoenix Wright his last chance. Oh, that cockiness will be your undoing, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. I present receipt to the statement. That is when I saw the glass light stand. Objection! Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered the Faye & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible achievable. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. He's basically calling him out. It's like, I know you're being blackmailed, but I've got the general public on my side now. What are you gonna fucking do? Very well. Then, that is all for the trial of... Oh, for fuck's sake, Edgeworth, give it up. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? No way he can worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot, it's Edgeworth. There's a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. I need to object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There's no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No! There's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with something or just make up something. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Mia? Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Mia's memo. A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life's riding on this one. Something I would like to read to the court. Take that! The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. So stop! Desist, halt! Please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the finger. Case closed, Your Honor. Yeah, Mia was like, no, this bitch killed me and had been tormenting many lives. This ends now. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Well. This court finds the defense, rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. So these earlier trials are shorter, but they're gonna creep up in length, I assure you. Is why I did 2 in this stream. But starting next stream, it will probably be 1 a stream. This is all. The court is adjourned. September 9th, 2:24 PM. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. I hit her like a smooth criminal, as John. Well, we managed to get that smug bastard once and for all. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But, congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Faye. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? But you're dead. And my time's here's running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. Can't stay here that long. What? No, there's still so much I want to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief? I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight? Say, 9. The office? I'll see you later. Chief, Mia. September 9th, 9:02 PM. The Faye & Co. law offices. So like 12 seconds. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came, Mia. I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then. Pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? Wow, you just see your face. Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Looked like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the Wright & Co. law offices, right? And it also means we have an we have like a companion. We have a buddy. This is why, like, when we was going through Danganronpa 1, like, when Sayaka was introduced... Not Sayaka. Sayuri, sorry. I was so, like, just like, sure of it that she was going to be our assistant. Because I was used to Phoenix Wright always having an assistant with you. So when they killed her first, it was a system shock because of what I expected. And who better but me, Maya Faye, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought. Let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? Yeah, Phoenix. Nick makes sense of a nickname. It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it's Maya's fault I'm here now. But, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. There's a good ring to it. They changed the name. He's officially the chief now. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Aww. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here. Look at Phoenix's face. He's like, what the fuck? I'll always be here, watching. Right. Okay, Nick. Let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. It's a great burger joint just down the street. Stop bringing up burgers. It's making me hungry. Come on. Time's wasting. Oh, okay. Wait up. And that is the end of Trial 2. So it was significantly longer than the first. No, wait, the third one's longer than this. The fourth one's longer than that. The fifth one's longer than that. So I'm going to wrap it up here, because there's no way we're going to fit Trial 3 into this reasonably as well. And we will continue this tomorrow. I might mix it up and do the odd stream here and there on other things as well as time goes on, because we're going to be at this for a while, I suspect, going through the trilogy. But it was kind of on a whim. I woke up this morning and went, let's do this. So I'm enjoying writing it out, and it's nice to come back to this. And the beauty of it is that it's a Capcom game. So I know, because Capcom aren't like that, thankfully, there won't be any blocked scenes. So I can just go through the whole trilogy without a care in the world. I can just go to Great Ace Attorney without worrying about it. At least I hope not. You know, like, I can just go through these without fearing of it. We can just kind of chill and have something to work on. And it also gives me time to worry about what I want to do afterwards. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. I liked Case 2 a lot. Case 1 just went by so quickly, it's just a tutorial, so I don't really count it. But Case 2 was enjoyable. Next time we'll go to Case 3, where shit gets a bit weird. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace.